This is your opportunity to learn from experts in the health, wellness, and aesthetic sector and connect with professionals around the world to encourage strategic alliances. GIB Networking is an online event in which professionals with similar profiles and interests participate in order to create business opportunities. Since its foundation, Global Integral Beauty has organized more than 50 successful events for both Spanish and English-speaking audiences. By participating in the networking event, you can build a network of contacts, obtain unique opportunities, and global brand positioning. Train yourself in the health, wellness, and aesthetic sector.
So moving forward, in the United Kingdom where I practice currently, we always aim to put the patient at the center. And over the years, as an individual, I've strived to improve my own capacity and professional development. So even though I started out as a doctor primarily and specialized in obstetrics and gynecology, I've gone on to have degrees in public health research. I'll start sharing my slide now. To have degrees in public health research from the University of Edinburgh. And I thought, well, I don't think that was enough. So I went ahead to do another master's degree in clinical education, learning how to teach. And currently, I'm actually doing a PhD in law and criminology, but specifically, I'm looking at trafficking. And most of the trafficked individuals are women, understandably. Along the way, I have written a book called My Father's Daughter. I'm a humanitarian, and I'm with the Global Goodwill Ambassadors and the Ambassadors for Peace. And I myself and my husband co-founded the Ashanti Graham Health and Education Initiative, where we give scholarships and funds to surgery and surgery-related specialties and mentor younger ones. I'm particularly interested in medical education, so I work in simulation as well. But importantly, I see myself first as a human being, and I believe that our shared humanity is the true religion, which is why we are all here today. And I'm going to be speaking about beauty. Beauty is not just skin deep. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Because sometimes we all just think that, oh, this thing called beauty, what is it? And most times it is what pleases our senses, our sense of vision, our sense of smell, our sense of feeling, sense of hearing. Sometimes you hear someone saying that music was a beautiful piece, you know. So most times it is something that assails our senses. And oftentimes it is the superficial. But today I'm here to tell us that beauty is not just skin deep. And when you ask yourself what's beauty, there are definitions here, which I've already talked about. A combination of qualities that pleases the intellect and moral senses, you know. And the other terms that people can use for beauty are pretty, exquisite, stunning, attractive, enchanting, all those kind of words that encompass a combination of quality of shapes and colors that just make you happy. Sort of, they help to facilitate the release of our serotonin and oxytocin. So that's the definition of beauty. So what strikes us then is that beauty is what you can see. It's just visual. You know, it's what do you see most times is what people attribute as beauty. And today I am telling all of us, anybody listening to me, our aestheticians inclusive, that beauty is not just what we see. Beauty is not just skin deep. There's a lot more to beauty. The question is, what do you see and what do you feel is not where it ends? Even though we say, okay, it's a whole part of it, but that's not where it ends. So when you look at somebody or something, now let's go to the human being, male or female, boy and girl, old or young. When you look at them, reflect, what's the first thing we see? Let's think to ourselves, what do you see? What you see is something that is probably the largest organ in the body, but you've never thought about it. You've just sort of, because you see it all the time. It is the largest organ in the body, and it weighs about 4 kilograms, roughly about 8 pounds. And it covers about 22 square meters. It's approximately 2 millimeters thick. It's not even that thick. 2 millimeters thick. In some places, it can be thicker, and it has a lot of functions. You know what that thing is? What you see and what you feel the most, and what is the largest organ in the body with all of these characteristics that I've listed. It's actually our skin. Our skin comes in different colors, differently unique made versions of it by nature. And this is dependent on how much melanin we have in our skin, or the skin coloring pigment. Yes, it is the largest organ in our body, and is 16% of overall body mass. But most times we take it for granted. We don't even think it's the largest organ. We're like, oh, is it the liver? Is it the heart? Yes, when you talk about internal organs, yes. But externally, it's the skin. And when you talk about beauty, most times, that's what people just think about. They just think, oh, my skin's sagging. Oh, my eyes are wrinkling. I don't like how I look now. I have these patches here, that pimples. I'm sure people like Idali, all the estheticians in the house, listening to me, men and women, you can relate. When we think about beauty, we are thinking about what we see. We are thinking about that person is pretty, and we are thinking just about the skin. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's not just skin deep, irrespective of the color, age, or substance of your skin. There's a lot more than that 2 millimeters. There's a lot deeper than that 2 millimeters that you should take care of. Dig deeper and find out what truly makes us beautiful. Beauty is holistic health. And that means that to take care of this beauty, it requires all of us.
Yes.
Inclusive of us as the owners of our bodies, the owners of our skin. We must work from the out and think about the in. We must also work from the in and think about the outside. So I'm not saying abandon your skin. I'm not saying focus only on your internal organs. What I'm saying is be all encompassing. So you, me, every one of us as individuals, we must be all encompassing. At the same time, those that care for us in the professional space, our care providers, our obstetricians, our gynecologists, our surgeons, our pediatricians, our estheticians must all learn to be all encompassing to give us that holistic care. Now, let's look at how beauty comes out from inside. We have internal organs, we all know them. We have the lungs, we have the heart, we have the guts. And Lisa spoke a lot about diet. I can't thank her enough. She's done a huge part of my work. We have the blood vessels, we have the nerves. All of them are inside of us. We must take care of them. We must do that to have a fantastic quality of life. Because, as I've always said, health is not just the absence of disease or infirmity. Health is actually holistic. So you have to have the quality of health and life that is all encompassing to be beautiful. And that means you need to work from the inside to the outside and transcend just that skin that you see. So see the skin as the finished product and understand that everything else going on internally in your organs is the process. So your physical health, which is thus the absence of disease and infirmity, is important. Your reproductive health is important. Your sexual health is important. Mental health and your state of psychological and mental well-being is important. Your self-confidence and self-esteem, they are two different things. Self-confidence is knowing that you have the ability, you are confident to do something. Self-esteem is actually putting yourself out there. So it means that you are ready to take the sticks and stones that may come from other people while you are out there, the criticism. And then, of course, your spiritual health, which is a matter of choice. Are you Zen? Are you Buddhist? Are you Christian? Are you Muslim? Whatever. All of these must work together to make you beautiful. So you can see that there's a whole lot more to it. It's not just skin deep. So how do we optimize this beauty that is not skin deep? I thank Lisa again. Lifestyle choices, diets, and exercise. Irrespective of the age we are at in life, we must see our organs as vehicles and be able to take care of them. So do we smoke? Do we take alcohol? We need to stop smoking. How do we need to stop smoking, or why? We must understand that if you consider your body as a piece of pure white clothing, when you smoke, what you do is to stain that white cloth with char. Because what happens is that in smoking, we actually liberate carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, all of these partially combusted substances that are free radicals. What do free radicals do? They are unstable and they destroy along their path. So you find that your blood vessels become weakened, your bones become weakened, all of the organs are not functioning optimally. And as we get older, it worsens, especially for us women, and the withdrawal of estrogen, like Lisa has explained. So this is why we need to stop these things to give these internal organs a chance. And our diet has been spoken about extensively. We know what to do. Exercise. I always tell people exercise is not necessarily about intensity. It is about sustained and regular activity. It's not like doing 10 miles today and for 10 years time you don't do anything. So how regular are you? And all of these must go together. Encourage yourself. There are bad days. We are not perfect people, but make the right choices. Relevant screening for us women, breast, cervical, we should take it all into context and go for our screening. For men, we have high risk. Men of Afro-Caribbean origin, prostate cancer is a risk. So once you cross 40, you should be seeing your general practitioners and going for the necessary screen. We must actively comply with our own treatments. Are we diabetic, hypertensive? Is there anything already wrong with us? There's no use not taking your medications. And then you go and start complaining that my skin is XYZ. The reason is because when you have dermatitis, when you have diabetes, for instance, it can have skin manifestations. So just simply controlling your diet, controlling your blood sugar can make you more beautiful than you ever thought. Optimize our health-seeking behavior. If something's not right, and for instance, you go to Idalis, and then she refers you to someone else, don't fall out along the way. follow the pathway because we work as a team. It's a multidisciplinary thing. And optimize your health-seeking behavior. Don't go swallowing the tablets your mom is swallowing because you think you have the same symptoms. There may just be a difference, even though she's your mom. Rest, work, life balance, hobbies, and your network. They will make or they will mar you. None of us is perfect at any of these things. Even sometimes I overwork myself and I just look in the mirror and my skin is tired. That's when I know I have to take a break. I need to drink loads of water. I need to hydrate. I need to cut out all the things that are not properly going to add to me and just rest. And rest does not mean sleep. You can just go for a walk in a garden. You can go watch a film, your hobbies, and you can go hang out with friends. What are your hobbies? And of course, knowledge is power. Seek it. People send us a lot of information these days. I know there's information overload, but see about what's good. I sent the link of this conference to a lot of people, and some of them were like, oh, I would join in. This is really good. If I can't join in, I'm going to watch it later. Seek those things that empower you because knowledge is key. So you can see that in all of these, even when you see people and you say this person is beautiful, it is beginning to make sense that that beauty will only come when you optimize your own actual health from within and do all the right things. But the secret also for us, your carers, is that we must be multidisciplinary in our approach to give you, our patients and clients, the best. We must always and constantly seek to put you at the center of our care. And that's the reason why all of us are here today, even in this conference. Because even as providers of healthcare, aesthetic care, we are still learning. We are learning from each other, and we are learning from you to make you holistically beautiful and not just skin deep. Because beauty is beyond what we see. It is what we eat, what we live, what we do. And if you look at this diagram on your screen, you find out that we must all act.